as we stand on the threshold of Apple's next wave of innovation. The buzz surrounding the upcoming iPhone 17 series, especially the rumored iPhone 17 Air, has reached a fever pitch. With each leak and insider revelation, it's becoming increasingly clear that Apple is preparing not just another hardware refresh, but an ambitious redefinition of the modern smartphone. From a body that rivals the thickness of a pencil to major component overhauls, the iPhone 17 Air promises to challenge everything we expect from a flagship device. This isn't just about adding more cameras or bumping up performance. It's about reimagining the very essence of what a premium smartphone can be. Lighter, slimmer, smarter, and potentially more elegant than ever. The iPhone 17 Air aims to be the embodiment of Apple's design-first philosophy taken to its extreme, but with this bold vision comes an equal measure of risk. Let's dive deep into everything we know so far, the 8 major innovations and changes poised to make the iPhone 17 Air a game-changer in the world of mobile technology. 1. The ultra-thin revolution. A 5mm marvel. The most striking revelation to emerge is the rumored profile of the iPhone 17 Air. At just 5mm thick, it's on track to become the slimmest iPhone Apple has ever produced and possibly the thinnest mainstream smartphone in recent memory. This staggering reduction in thickness signifies more than a cosmetic overhaul. It's a deliberate pivot toward minimalism and weightlessness. This shift to an ultra-slim design is both symbolic and strategic. Apple is aiming to craft a device that virtually disappears into your pocket, an ideal companion for users who prioritize comfort, aesthetics, and portability. In a world where devices seem to grow larger and heavier each year, the iPhone 17 Air is Apple's countermove: less bulk, more elegance. But how did they get there? What's the cost of shaving off those precious millimeters? That's where the design materials come in. Point 2. The return of aluminum, beauty versus brawn to achieve the razor-thin profile. Apple is reportedly replacing the titanium frame introduced in the iPhone 15 Pro series with a lightweight aluminum chassis. This change has stirred considerable debate within the tech community, and for good reason. Titanium was lauded not just for its premium look but for its impressive combination of lightness and durability. It offered users a refined, almost industrial-grade sturdiness that allowed many to go without a case. In contrast, aluminum, though significantly lighter, is more prone to dings and dents. It doesn't offer the same protection, particularly against high-impact drops. Yet from a design standpoint, aluminum makes sense. It's easier to mold, allows tighter tolerances, and contributes significantly to weight reduction. Apple is reportedly targeting a total device weight of around 146 grams, which would make it one of the lightest iPhones since the early days of the product line. In contexts like formal events or professional settings where users want a sleek silhouette in their pocket or jacket, the design has clear appeal. If rumors are accurate, Apple may introduce a custom aluminum alloy to offset the strength deficit. And considering Apple's history of material innovation, like the custom steel in the Apple Watch Ultra, wouldn't be surprising. 3. Camera design, horizontal shift, and a new visual identity. Another significant aesthetic update could come in the form of a reoriented camera system. Leaks suggest that Apple is planning to move from its current vertical or diagonal lens arrangement to a horizontal camera bar on the rear. Such a design shift is more than stylistic. It could enable better spatial arrangement for sensors, potentially allow for thermal improvements, and distinguish the Air from its Pro siblings. This design decision may also serve a longer-term vision. By changing the hardware layout now, Apple may be preparing the device for next-gen camera sensors coming in future models like the iPhone 18 or 19, while the iPhone 17 Air may not yet sport these advanced lenses. The design shift suggests Apple is playing the long game, laying groundwork today for features that will mature over the next several years. BOT. 4. Camera specs, functional, not overwhelming in terms of raw specifications. The iPhone 17 Air is rumored to carry a 48MP primary rear camera, consistent with Apple's recent push toward higher megapixel counts without abandoning its computational photography advantage. More exciting is the rumored 24MP front camera, which is expected to be seamlessly embedded into the dynamic island. The enhanced front-facing camera could represent a leap forward for social media users, video calling, and bloggers especially, when combined with Apple's top-tier image processing pipeline, whether it's FaceTime, Instagram, or high-quality selfie videos. The iPhone 17 Air is shaping up to offer some of the best camera capabilities ever in an ultra-thin device. 5. Under the hood, a 19-chip and promotion display Powell is not cutting corners on performance either. The iPhone 17 Air is expected to debut with the all-new A19 chip, the next iteration of Apple Silicon for mobile devices. Built on an advanced node potentially to nanometers, this chip is set to offer improved CPU, GPU, performance and higher energy efficiency. Paired with the A19 is the rumored 120Hz promotion display, previously reserved for the Pro series. For users accustomed to standard 60Hz refresh rates, this upgrade will be immediately noticeable. Everything from scrolling through emails to playing high frame rate games will feel smoother and more responsive. It's a long overdue improvement for non-pro iPhones and a signal that Apple wants to elevate the Air experience to near flagship status. 6. Battery breakthrough. Silicon carbon cells. Given the incredibly thin form factor, many expected Apple to compromise heavily on battery life. However, recent reports indicate a radical change under the hood: silicon carbon battery technology. This new chemistry allows more energy storage in a smaller volume, meaning Apple can retain or even improve battery life while reducing size. With a rumored 3000 mAh battery, the iPhone 17 Air could outperform expectations in terms of endurance. Apple seems determined to show that thin doesn't have to mean weak. This battery innovation may not only benefit the Air, it could pave the way for longer-lasting devices across Apple's entire ecosystem. 7. Charging speeds. Finally getting a boost. Charging has long been a sore spot for iPhone users. While other manufacturers boast 65 West and even 100 West charging speeds, Apple has typically lagged behind. That might change slightly with the iPhone 17 Air. Reports suggest that Apple will bump wired charging to 35 West, a noticeable improvement over the previous 22 to 7W capabilities. While still behind the most aggressive Android competitors, this is a solid step in the right direction. For busy professionals or travelers constantly needing a quick top-up, this extra power could prove valuable. Apple may also optimize thermal management and software controls to ensure faster charging without compromising battery longevity. 8. A bold philosophy shift. Design over raw specs. The iPhone 17 Air isn't just a new phone. It represents a philosophical pivot. Rather than chasing brute force hardware or endless feature stacking, Apple is focusing on aesthetic efficiency, lifestyle integration, and refined performance. This product isn't trying to be everything to everyone. It's tailored for a specific type of user. It's a minimalist stream, featherlight, ultra-thin, and technologically capable. It will likely attract professionals, designers, travelers, and users who value elegance and simplicity as much as raw horsepower. But that doesn't mean it's without risk. Moving away from titanium may alienate users who have grown accustomed to the Pro line's durability. And Apple will face intense scrutiny when the inevitable drop tests roll out on launch day. Yet, Apple seems willing to accept these trade-offs. They've long bet on the idea that design matters, that the way a device feels, looks, and fits into your life is just as important as how many cores its processor has. The bigger picture: how does it stack up to the competition? Comparisons with the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra will be inevitable. Samsung is known for pushing boundaries with powerful camera systems, massive batteries, and robust build quality. If Apple sacrifices too much in the name of thinness, it could be seen as a regression. Yet Apple has always played a different game. The company focuses on ecosystem synergy, user experience, long-term support, and seamless hardware-software integration. The iPhone 17 Air doesn't need to outmuscle the S25 Ultra, it just needs to feel better in the hand, work more reliably in daily life, and maintain Apple's signature fluidity.